what I love about casting is bringing in people sometimes that you didn't expect, and they do something and it's like, whoa, that's not what we were thinking. But you just created this thing in my spirit that I was trying to like communicate, but you did something so over the top that was exciting, that kind of exceeded any expectations that we ever had. So that's always been a fun part of casting. Now, assistant casting is basically a little bit different, but in terms of like production, it's also a lot of paperwork. So
the fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff, all the bureaucratic things that you have to do.
The red tape.
Right, all of that. So I did a lot of paperwork on Imperium. I did a lot of paperwork, a lot more paperwork on Loving. But on Imperium, I worked on that one a little bit longer. So I got to actually, as an assistant for background, go out and scout talent and like find the look. And background is more about a look rather than acting chops. So you kind of go in and it's I hate to say it, but it's almost like finding lamps and it's like set decoration in a way where you're like, oh, this person will look really cool in the background here. This person will be good here. So I had to find, since it was a neo-Nazi film, we had this huge, we had like 3 days where we needed 200 skinheads. So
wow.
Young men anywhere from 17 to like 35. So I went
and you're
around,
seeking these people out, right?
Right. I'm seeking them out. So I was like, okay, I got to find 200 dudes that look like they would be like that in Richmond, Virginia. And I've got like a week. So I went out, which was kind of funny. I went out every night to the punk rock like shows, called the record stores, called the skate shop. I was like, I'm looking for guys with shaved heads or willing to shave their heads, maybe tattooed. And they were like, why? And I'm like, for a movie, not like, calm down. So I went out and I remember actually one night I was at this restaurant, I was eating dinner and I was sitting at the bar and the guy comes walking in. I was like, you're perfect. And I was like, oh, wait. Don't say that. Don't say that. And he was like, what? And I was like, I mean, do you want to make, then I was like, don't say that either. I was about to, do you want to make $300 a day? I was like, just don't. So anyways, he was like, okay, this lady. But long story short, we found our 200 guys and it was a really cool scene. It was really fun.
Was there any concern of accidentally getting real neo-Nazis?
No. No, but that is definitely interesting. We did have one day that was kind of crazy because we had a huge like protest scene with all of them, like a riot basically. Yeah. So we were filming in this small town in Richmond and then all of a sudden like these cars started to pile up and one of the producers was like, oh my God, they think it's real. Like being angry, not like in cahoots with it, but was like, what the heck is going on? Do you guys realize it's like 2015? Like what? And so the producer had to go over and be like, hey, we're shooting a film. Like this isn't, because I mean, it looked awkward.
Yeah.
It was very awkward.
The producer's like, hey, Harry Potter's over there. He's not a real
like Daniel Radcliffe. Actually, that was a lot too. Like people would pile up at the end of the day. Well, not even at the end of the day. They would wait for hours all day to see Daniel. So, and he was the best sport because he would shoot all day. We had a lot of night shoots too. And he would sit there or he would go out at the end of the day from his trailer and go say hi to everybody and sign all the autographs. And I was like, that's awesome. He's a nice guy. So he was good sport.
We've had some experiences
with Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
No, not really.
With Harry Potter.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No, our experiences were more like people thinking it was real when it was a movie we were shooting. And, that happened to me in film school, making a short film, and we're out in the downtown area of Dahlonega, which is where we live. That's where the University of North Georgia is, and it was a scene where somebody is being mugged, and so it was a super wide, like extra wide shot across the street filming. So people didn't know there was cameras over there. They just see this
guy getting punched in the face,
like repeatedly. They see this guy, hoodie, comes running up, punches him in the face, runs the other way,
steals the guy's shoes.
He stole his he stole his shoes.
So what I didn't get is like someone saw that 2 or 3 times in a row, and they're like, "Why are they keep on stealing the guy's shoes? Like, we should call the cops."
Yeah, they called the cops. You
and
can
why
see
does
it.
he keep giving them back to him?
Yeah, over and over. What kind of sicko does this?
Yeah,
so in the footage, you can see them, like, because there's a restaurant up above that's got a balcony, and you can see the people run over to the edge, look down, then they run back because obviously they were going to call the police. And all of a sudden we're filming, and I think at least a couple of cop cars come kind of screeching up to figure out what's going on, and they were luckily really nice. They told us just to let them know next time
next time you repeatedly steal a guy's shoes.
But we were like, students making a short film, so
we're going rogue.
Being filmmakers now, it might not work out to our advantage.
Yeah. That's funny. It's funny how people, it's kudos to all of us. We did a good job where people were like, whoa, that's way too real.